Hello friends, my name is Katie from Eternal Flame, and today I thought I'd do something a little bit different and talk a little bit about my 2023 Hobonichi Weeks Planner System setup, some of the accessories that I've picked up and I plan to use. I want to see how it ties in with the Hobonichi Weeks cover that I finally splurged on, as well as do a comparison of the 2023 Hobonichi Weeks English version to my Japanese version from 2022. So if you're interested in hearing about some of the items I have lined up, please stick around. Thanks everyone. Alrighty, so I decided to go with this Hobonichi Weeks for 2023. To be honest, there weren't any that really spoke to me this year. This one I had seen in 2022 and immediately knew that this was the one that I wanted. In fact, there were quite a few designs that I would have wanted to select, but this was the one. This year I did not have the same warm and fuzzies, but given the focus and my passion for the environment and nature, I decided to go with this tree themed one here, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I haven't actually taken the time to open it up, so that's what we're going to do today. But before we do, I did want to reshare some of the items I picked up and share some new ones. So I'm not going to cover this in this video, there's not much to show here, but actually my husband bought me a brand new fountain pen while I was in my travels. It's a Sailor, I think, fountain pen with a medium nib, so I plan on probably filming a separate video on setting this one up and also using some of my newly hauled, I guess, fountain ink. I've collected some in my travels as well. So in addition to that, I do have a cover that I picked up this year. I've been dying to get a cover for my Hobonichi Weeks since my addiction started, and I finally splurged and purchased this purple tweed cover, which does not, as you can see, aesthetically really match the Hobonichi Weeks that I went with this year. So very odd, but I do like this weird texture that it has. I love the kind of lax look that it gives off. I love the gold zipper that it has as well. And then similar to my other Hobonichi Weeks cover, I do very much like the interior as well. It has kind of like these two pockets here. I actually don't know which one you're supposed to use. I had been slipping the Hobonichi Weeks cover in the back here. If you guys know, please feel free to leave that in the comment section down below. It has the zipper pocket, a few pockets here I think I'll use for stickers, and then a little pen loop here as well. So all in all, I would say it doesn't really match. There's two alternatives that I have. I can actually end up using the black cover that I also purchased, and or maybe using this with actually my Hobonichi Weeks Mega Sneaker for Work, which I think would be a better match for this cover anyway. So maybe I'll swap, who knows? But the option is there and I'm pretty excited. The things that do match are this random fountain pen case that I picked up while in Germany. I believe it said it was genuine leather. It's very soft. I do love it. It was definitely a splurge, and inside I have one of my fountain pens. This is the most recent one, and I think right now my favorite. Granted, I haven't tried the other one. This is a twist cap Kaweco special with the EF nib that I picked up actually in Germany, so I'm very proud of that. And yes, so this is the EF nib. It is gold as opposed to the silver of the top, but that is a-okay because it is EF, which is actually the more important part. So, and that's what I have here. You can definitely see some wear on the interior because I do like to stick another fountain pen on the side here. Might as well, you have this big case, but it actually pairs really well with my 2023 cover. So I was actually very much have been enjoying the engagement of you all in this planner community, and I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to share with you some other accessories that I picked up for my Hobonichi Weeks for 2023. So in 2022, this is my first year using Hobonichi planners. I actually don't really use these bookmarkers at all, but in the beginning I decided to try to use it and jazz it up a little bit and pair it with some charms that I picked up at Michael's. So I have an arrow and a feather here that I just basically tied off to the end of the page markers. And then I used clear nail polish to kind of finish off the end here so that it wouldn't fray. So I decided I'd like to do that once again with my Hobonichi Weeks for 2023. And I thought it would be a great opportunity to share with you all what I got. For the most part, these were under $3 a set from Michael's. And so let's just do a poll. So it's going to be for this 2023 weeks here. And I really liked this one. This will be, I guess, option A, because I'm very drawn to this idea of Stella Luna. It was a childhood book that my husband, I guess his mom used to read to him, and is actually how we named our first cat together, and a huge reason why I think when we first met and ended up together. So it has a very special place in my heart. Our cat has since passed away, and so anytime I like to collect things that are stars and moons because it means something very special to me. So that's why I picked this one up. I did want something in gold, but now that I'm looking at it, the 2023 is actually in silver, so maybe this is the one to go with. The other two options that I have, I'll say B and C. B would be, I think they're both gold. B and C are gold. B would be this beautiful flower with a little gemstone in the center and this little birdie, which I thought would go with the nature theme of this cover. And then once again, this kind of lunar theme here for C, where it's like a shooting star and a planet. So if you would like to, I guess, put in your vote for which one you think I should go with this year, please feel free to leave that in the comment section down below. I'll start a thread for that as well. And then lastly, but not lastly, because I'm not done collecting for the year, I actually picked up this, I guess, clip. What is it? What are you calling it here? It's definitely for the weeks. It's by Hobonichi. Natural tanned leather, wonderful. Doesn't match perfectly with these browns, but yeah, I thought that this would be really cool. I don't really know what it's for, so we will test it out this year and see how it goes. I was going for those natural tones. Alrighty, so let's get right into the meat of actually comparing the two. So I think 2023 is the first year they rolled out the Hobonichi Weeks in an English version. So I was really excited. It was a pretty quick decision for me to just go with English. Honestly, my friend decided to go English and I was like, you know what, let me join you. So for the most part, it's the same here. I don't actually recall getting, oh, there it is. All right. the corner here. What are your thoughts? So I think last year I put it in the front here, and then in my other Hobonichi Weeks, I put it actually in the back. Does anyone know where it should be or have any other suggestions of where it could be? So let's just do a page by page flip through. All right, so this is really interesting. I'm very excited for this because in the English version, as you can see here, instead of just numbers, it also has the months. And it looks like Sunday is still highlighted in red. And for some reason, I'm having an easier time reading the English. Well, I mean, because I don't, I guess that makes sense. I think Monday through Sunday is in like our letters for M to S. And then I love this here, important dates. So no matter where you are, you can write down your holidays here. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I've seen a lot of people actually buy stickers and kits to cover up this section and these pages, and now they don't have to. I wonder if they will still. Oh my goodness, this is my favorite by far. So in 2022, I actually used this, I guess, like future log section as a period tracker, as well as a birthday tracker and birthday calendar, which worked out really well for me. And I think I'm going to continue that into 2023. What I love about this though is that Monday through Sunday is actually in English. So I can very much appreciate that. Very much. I noticed that they have also dropped the 1 through 12 up here, which I think is interesting. Yeah, and I think it's going to be a lot easier for me to be able to translate that information into the rest of my spreads. So this takes us into the monthly spreads. I'm sorry that I don't have like a Japanese version of 2023 that's clean for you to see the side-by-side comparison, but just bear with me as we go through it. So it still has the Japanese characters up here, for Monday through Sunday, which I think is awesome. And of course we have December written out completely up here instead of just the numbers. So that's a very interesting swap. So there's no actual like number for the month up top, which is going to take some time getting used to. And so I'm going to kind of skip through the monthlies and go to the next section, which I believe here is the weeklies. All right. So this is so exciting. This is my first time doing this. So in a way, we are breaking in this planner and the spine together. All right, so here we go. Oh, look at that. It's in English. I'm so excited. And it says November, much larger and bolder up top on the left. Once again, dropping for the most part that big 11 up here, which is fine because you still have it over here on the right. Let's see, you still have the 48th week. You still have this guy up here. And let's see, 48th week, yep. And then when it comes to the 28th, Monday, I would say, I don't know what your thoughts are and if you can see it, but it looks like in the English version, this information here on the left is a lot more dominant and bold than, sorry, that's my cat's fur, a lot more dominant and bold on the English version for 2023 than it was in the Japanese version for 2022. So I'm going to put them side by side and bring it closer so you can kind of see. And you know, I might have to take back that statement. Let me see if I can compare it to a week where I haven't actually populated anything. So you can see much better without all the distraction. Yes. So I think this confirms that this ink is just a little darker, which I love. I absolutely love it. At a first glance, I love it. It's still that cream color that we had going on. And yeah. Then we have this down here in English. We have this down here also in English for the most part. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then let's go to that like notes section back here in my weeks. This is going to be so exciting because if I'm being really honest, I don't know what any of this says. So now we're going to know for the very first time. So alrighty. Oh, look at that. Okay. Okay, so useful abbreviations. Oh, you know what? I should have translated this last year. So this is going to be a lot of fun to kind of explore and see if I can use them as part of my spreads going forward. Definitely a lot more useful in the English version, I think. Notes pages as well. Here you go. I haven't used it, as you can see. And then let's see how many we have this year. So the 2023 English version has 75 note pages. And let's see how many the other one had. I feel like, oh, we gained some notes pages. Check that out. We had 71 last year. We have 75 this year, so that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. And then finally, I get to do these weird using things around you to measure. This is something I always wanted to do. This is actually in centimeters, so maybe I'll do it in inches. It looks like they have inches down here. So to keep it consistent, I will probably do it in inches. So I'm excited to finally get to do this and see over the years how this may change. Hopefully it doesn't, but I guess eventually I'll start shrinking. Alrighty, so my 100 is now the favorites page. Is that, let's see if it moved in space. Maybe it's new. So this was the My 100. I think there's still a 100s page. Yeah. So before you get to the My 100 in the new one, we actually have a favorites page, I guess, to track movies, music, books, restaurants, shopping, and I don't know what that one is. Maybe events, festivals. And I love the 5 stars. It reminds me of the basic stencil. And then it takes us to the My 100. And so maybe now that it's in English, I'll figure out how to utilize that. All right, so going into the next one. So we have extra spread here, 2-page spread. Ooh, my favorite things. I love this. This is awesome. Okay. So ways to cook eggs. Oh my gosh, that is gonna be so great, because I say that because I was just complaining to my husband about how I forgot how to boil eggs. It sounds so silly, but I was watching videos and did some research and found the perfect timing to hard boil my eggs for egg salad before I left excuse me, on my vacation. And when I got back, I completely forgot, and then I undercooked them. So now I can write it down here and remind myself that it should be closer to 11 minutes so that I never forget. And then favorite mode of transportation, writing utensil, etc. Absolutely love it. After that, it said animal, which I think is so funny because I have a bunch of pets. Let's see if this is a repeat. I wonder if like they typically change this up every year. This looks different, so maybe this is something they change every year, which is so cute. How to better enjoy a conversation. I'm definitely going to read through this and make the most of it now that it's in English. And then 365 days check-off sheet, which I don't remember having in last year's. So this is pretty exciting. Someone pointed out a kitty here for 222, which I can absolutely appreciate. I will be sure to try to track until the 222nd day so that I can make sure that I mark that off. Maybe I can use my Zig Clean color dot markers for this. Back here we have addresses, so this is fantastic. I often forget my work address as well as the addresses of my favorite pen pals, so I will definitely utilize this space, and now this makes so much more sense. And then finally, this looks like this is my personal information just in case it ever gets lost, and of course our little stamp down here. Alrighty friends, this video is very long now, and I very much appreciate you taking the time to watch my video today. Thank you so much for joining me again. If you're new, thank you and welcome. If you enjoyed this video, as always, I would so very much appreciate it if you let me know by giving this video a thumbs up and making sure you're subscribed. Until next time, bye everyone.